Hello. Welcome to the Technical Universe channel. The Sun, or Sol, is the star at the center of our solar system and is responsible for the Earth's climate and weather. The Sun is an almost perfect sphere with a difference of just 10 kilometers in diameter between the poles and the equator. The average radius of the Sun is 695,508 kilometers, 109.2x that of the Earth, of which 20–25% is the core. Age: 4.6 billion years. Type: yellow dwarf G2b. Diameter: 1,392,684 kilometers. Equatorial circumference: 4,370,005.6 kilometers. Mass: 1.99 times 10 to the 30 kilograms, 333,060 Earths. Surface temperature: 5,500 degrees Celsius. Facts about the Sun. At its center, the Sun reaches temperatures of 15 million degrees Celsius. The Sun is all the colors mixed together. This appears white to our eyes. The Sun is mostly composed of hydrogen, 70%, and helium, 28%. The Sun is a main sequence G2b star, or yellow dwarf. The Sun is 4.6 billion years old. The Sun is 109 times wider than the Earth and 330,000 times as massive. Detailed Sun facts. 1 million Earths could fit inside the Sun. If a hollow Sun was filled up with spherical Earths, then around 960,000 would fit inside. On the other hand, if these Earths were squished inside with no wasted space, then around 1,300,000 would fit inside. The Sun's surface area is 11,990 times that of the Earth's. The Sun contains 99.86% of the mass in the solar system. The mass of the Sun is approximately 330,000 times greater than that of Earth. It is almost 3/4 hydrogen, whilst most of the remaining mass is helium. The Sun is an almost perfect sphere. There is only a 10 kilometers difference in its polar diameter compared to its equatorial diameter. Considering the vast expanse of the Sun, this means it is the closest thing to a perfect sphere that has been observed in nature. The temperature inside the Sun can reach 15 million degrees Celsius. At the Sun's core, energy is generated by nuclear fusion, as hydrogen converts to helium. Because hot objects generally expand, the Sun would explode like a giant bomb if it weren't for its enormous gravitational force. The temperature on the surface of the Sun is closer to 5,600 degrees Celsius. Eventually, the Sun will consume the Earth. When all the hydrogen has been burned, the Sun will continue for about 130 million more years, burning helium, during which time it will expand to the point that it will engulf Mercury and Venus and the Earth. At this stage it will have become a red giant. The Sun will one day be about the size of Earth. After its red giant phase, the Sun will collapse, retaining its enormous mass but containing the approximate volume of our planet. When this happens, it will be called a white dwarf. Light from the Sun takes 8 minutes to reach Earth. With a mean average distance of 150 million kilometers from Earth and with light traveling at 300,000 kilometers per second, dividing one by the other gives us an approximate time of 500 seconds, or 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Although this energy reaches Earth in a few minutes, it will already have taken millions of years to travel from the Sun's core to its surface. The Sun travels at 220 kilometers per second. The Sun is 24,000–26,000 light-years from the galactic center, and it takes the Sun 225–250 million years to complete an orbit of the center of the Milky Way. The distance from the Sun to Earth changes throughout the year. Because the Earth travels on an elliptical orbit around the Sun, the distance between the two bodies varies from 147 to 152 million kilometers. The distance between the Earth and the Sun is called an astronomical unit, AU. The Sun is middle-aged. At around 4.5 billion years old, the Sun has already burned off about half of its store of hydrogen. It has enough left to continue to burn hydrogen for approximately another 5 billion years. The Sun is currently a type of star known as a yellow dwarf. The Sun has a very strong magnetic field. Solar flares occur when magnetic energy is released by the Sun during magnetic storms, which we see as sunspots. In sunspots, the magnetic lines are twisted and they spin, much like a tornado would on Earth. The Sun generates solar wind. This is a stream of charged particles, which travels through the solar system at approximately 450 kilometers per second. Solar wind occurs where the magnetic field of the Sun extends into space instead of following its surface. Satellites. Mercury. Distance from the Sun, 57,909,227 kilometers, 0.39 astronomical units. Orbit period, 88 days. Classification, planet. Venus. Distance from the Sun, 108,209,475 kilometers, 0.73 astronomical units. Orbit period, 225 days. Classification, planet. Earth. Distance from the Sun, 149,598,262 kilometers, 1 astronomical unit. Orbit period, 365.24 days. Classification, planet. Mars. Distance from the Sun, 227,943,824 kilometers, 1.38 astronomical units. Orbit period, 1.9 years. Classification, planet. Ceres. Distance from the Sun, 413,700,000 kilometers, 2.77 astronomical units. Orbit period, 4.6 years. Classification, dwarf planet. Jupiter. Distance from the Sun, 778,340,821 kilometers, 5.20 astronomical units. Orbit period, 11.9 years. Classification, planet. Saturn. Distance from the Sun, 1,426,666,422 kilometers, 9.58 astronomical units. Orbit period, 29.5 years. Classification, planet. Uranus. Distance from the Sun, 2,870,658,186 kilometers, 19.22 astronomical units. Orbit period, 84.0 years. Classification, planet. Neptune. Distance from the Sun, 4,498,396,441 kilometers, 30.10 astronomical units. Orbit period, 164.8 years. Classification, planet. Pluto. Distance from the Sun, 5,874,000,000 kilometers, 39.26 astronomical units. Orbit period, 248.0 years. Classification, dwarf planet. Haumea. Distance from the Sun, 6,452,000,000 kilometers, 43.13 astronomical units. Orbit period, 283.3 years. Classification, dwarf planet. Makemake. Distance from the Sun, 6,850,000,000 kilometers, 45.79 astronomical units. Orbit period, 309.9 years. Classification, dwarf planet. Eris. Distance from the Sun, 10,120,000,000 kilometers, 68.01 astronomical units. Orbit period, 560.9 years. Classification, dwarf planet. Similar facts. How big is the Sun? 1.3 million Earths visualize. The Sun is large enough that approximately 1.3 million Earths could fit inside, if squashed in, or if the Earths retained their spherical shape. The Sun's mass is 1,989,100,000,000,000 kilograms or 333,060 Earths. This is 99.86% of the total mass of our solar system, about 3/4 of quadruple suns and an Alpha Centauri exoplanet. Well, hasn't this been an interesting week for discoveries? First, a solar system with 4 suns was identified, and now a planet in the Thanks for watching. Again, look out for any other topic. Stay with the Technical Universe channel.